stress. I'm definitely more stressed over here. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Avicii Avinola. Hope you guys are doing fine. Yeah. So today's the video is going to be chilled, like you can see, or chilled. Mm. Yeah. So today I'm talking about how Germany can change you, or basically more specifically like how living in Germany has changed me. And I hope you guys enjoy the video or see little insights of the German culture or of Germany in general. So I think number one is speed. Like I think how Germany has changed me now is like I need everything to go faster than I needed it to go before, because here everything's like faster and more efficient. Like almost everything's like about like doing things like fast or and more efficiently. For example, like at the grocery store, at first I'd be like overwhelmed, like oh my goodness, within less than 2 minutes, like they like pack all my stuff and I have to pack them within less than 2 minutes, and I'd be so overwhelmed, like how do I like pack all my stuff in less than 2 minutes or less than 1 minute 30 seconds? But now it's the opposite. Like now I know that I've changed when it now annoys me if they're being slow at the till. Like if they're being slow and I need more than 1 minute 30 seconds to pack my stuff, I feel a little bit annoyed, like oh my goodness, they're being really slow. Like that's how I know Germany has changed me. Another way in which Germany has changed me is like with temperament and culture mediated things like excuse me. I mean, with temperament, like I think I was a bit more not jumpy, but a bit more loud before, or I would relate with people on a high level. Like I mean, on the hi, how are you? Oh, I missed you so much. Oh, how are you doing? And then now it's like hi, or yeah, hi, how are you? I'm fine. Okay, bye. Like even when I'm really happy to see somebody, it's like maybe like a little bit lower than before, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I still scream because I'm a vino, but then I think there's like a change in the temperament in a way, because like it's just different here. Like most people are not like that high temperamental, like oh yeah, oh great, oh hi, oh amazing, oh like it's just like like mostly here, like if somebody is like really happy, just be like oh okay, like there's that low temperament most people have. So like I think my temperament is kind of also kind of reduced even when I'm excited. Sometimes I think sometimes I still scream depending on who I'm with, but like oh no, like I think mostly it's just more times than not I don't scream or don't express too much excitement in my tone even when I'm excited. Yeah, and then also things like culture mediated like visits, like for example, how before it was normal to me like to have spontaneous visits or spontaneous plans, like from nowhere, like let's grab coffee or let's go and do this. I think my pencil just what's even my pencil? Somebody's pencil. Yeah, I have to take it back. Just broke. Yeah. Let's like spontaneously, like oh someone just calls you, or let's go and do this, oh today we'll do this, and then you just literally do it. I mean back then, before I came here. But then now it doesn't such a thing doesn't make sense to me, or somebody just randomly coming to visit, you know what I mean? Like such things were very normal to me, like like somebody randomly coming to visit, and then you changing your whole schedule timetable to fit somebody that randomly comes to visit, or to fit somebody that randomly says that they've added you in their plan, like that they're inviting you somewhere, like that kind of random thing. It doesn't make sense to me anymore, and I've changed in that it just can't make sense to me anymore. You know what I mean? Like if somebody texts me, oh, where are you? I think I'm in your city. Let's grab coffee. It's like I think it sometimes it doesn't even matter who it is. It's just like you probably had a plan for the day that's fixed, and that's how life is here. So it just doesn't make sense to me anymore, or somebody randomly coming to visit without saying anything, like they just show up. That can't make sense to me either anymore. It can't make sense to me anymore, because you have a plan for your day. Because if you're home, mostly you're not home, you have specific things that you could only do on that day that you're home, because the other days you'll be busy doing something else, and then somebody shows up. I think that can't make sense to me anymore. Like, I'm sorry, in my mind, like, I think that's one way I've changed. It just can't. And then also with names, like calling, like, before, I think every other person where I come from, we refer to them with a pronoun. It's either Miss or Mrs. or Va or Auntie, or, but then here, like, one way I've changed is we just call everybody by their first name. As in, I don't feel uncomfortable calling people here. And even if somebody is like African, or regardless of where they're from, even if somebody's African and they're like 40 years older, we still, like, maybe, they're still like, they're okay with this, because I think they'll also change. Like, it'll be like Cynthia, Monique, and these are all black people, but then where we come from, it would be like, there'll be a pronoun, maybe auntie, or, but then now it's everybody's just like, oh, Cynthia, or Monique, or Christine. I think that's one way I've changed, because I think that's one thing I couldn't do before, because it was not how we were raised, or it was not culturally normal to call somebody by the first name, but now it's so natural. It comes so naturally. For, like, I mean, here where I am, of course, if I went back, of course, if I went back, I would put a pronoun. But then here, like, it's just everybody's just, even if somebody's African and they're older, it's just Christine, Monique, Cynthia. And that's one way I've also changed, because before I would at least put effort, at least struggle to put a pronoun in front of an older person's name. Yeah. Yeah. Which other way have I changed? I think also, like, dress code. Um, Before, the weather is different, the environment is different, the culture is different. So my whole dress code has turned around, in that my dressing is more just like Germany. It just fits for Germany, that Germany is a place where everything's about efficiency, right? Even my dress code is about efficiency. As in, how is the weather? Like, is it sunny? Okay, then what am I going to wear? Is it going to be raining? Like, what am I going to wear? What kind of shoes? So my clothing is all based on what weather we're gonna have. Is it gonna be cold but sunny? Okay, so what I wear. Or is it going to be warm but cloudy, or warm but rainy? Okay, so I can wear that kind of thing. And then also culturally, like with clothing, like, is my clothing not too over exaggerated? Because nobody dresses. Okay, if there's no, even in events, like, okay, let me just say, most people don't dress over exaggerated over here. So, like, it kind of, like, my dressing has changed in that it, like, matches at least in some way, like, what's considered normal here. Like, it's not too extravagant. Like, nobody's wearing, like, dresses that are like, you. Like, even at events, you may not find people just like that sometimes. So I guess it's also like the same way my temperament has gone down, like with the being, hey, whoa. I think also my dressing has, like, also, like, gone down with being more. I can't say that I don't dress fashionably. I just obviously adjusted my fashion to my environment. That means it's not that loud, like, glitter everywhere, and then gold here, and then this kind of design on the dress. It's just like a lovely dress, but it's not like, yeah, I don't know how to explain that. What else? Stress. I'm definitely more stressed over here. Yeah. Oh, they keep snorting. Anyway, I'm definitely more stressed over here. Where am I holding the pen? Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes maybe it could be environment, maybe it could be age, maybe it could be both. Because I came here, like, on my 18th birthday, I think. Like, on my 18th birthday. So me being more stressed here than I was where I came from in Zambia may not mean that this place is more stressful, although I think it is. But I think it's got stuff to do with age. Like, when you're 18 or 19 and 20, now you have more responsibilities. So sometimes it may not have something to do with environment. So, like, it may mean that maybe even if I was in Zambia, maybe I would be still, like, more stressed because of being a grown up. But I think it's more here because, like, you literally, like, here when you're 18, you are literally an adult. Like, nobody's taking, like, you are literally an adult, and you're expected to, like, have your to have everything together. How I need to say, yeah, if you know what I mean. And then you have so many responsibilities. You're treated like an adult when you're 18 over here. Like, you are an adult, my friend. Like, you are an adult. Okay, so there's just stress because you have adult stress that everybody else has. You got job, you got things like school, you got things to study, you've got you got like where you live, the apartment you live, you have to clean it, you have to take care of it, yeah. So you have laundry to do. You just have you got life, you got life, you know. So mm, and then what else? Food. My tongue has changed because there's some food I found weird at first when I was new here, like carrot soup. You know, I'll never forget that because the first time I heard about carrot soup, like I was there with the German family. If you know me, if you're new here, like hi, I'm a widow, and I'm in Germany, and I was an au pair, but not anymore. So the first thing's like, yeah, Jaden was like the kid. He likes carrot soup, and the first you was like, let's make carrot soup, and they were so excited about the carrot soup, and I'm like, carrot soup, carrot soup. As in, why are we drinking carrot soup, and why are we getting excited about carrot soup? But now, like I crave carrot soup, y'all. Like I miss carrot soup. So these are the things, in ways in which you change and you don't notice, you don't realize. There's some food that I found tasteless at first that I crave now, that I love now. There's some food I never understood at first that I really love now. There's some food that I found weird at first that's normal to me now, except muesli, like muesli, schinken, and food in that WhatsApp group. Like I'm so sorry if you're German, but no. For me, no. Like muesli, no. I hate muesli, schinken. But then a lot of other foods that I found weird at first are now like my daily, not daily bread, but like they're like my, they're like my food, like my normal food. So my tongue has definitely changed. Yo, what else? And also like, just like, like having a solid plan for everything. That's another way I've changed. Like less spontaneity in my life. Like I said before in the culture mediator point, like you can't just text me and say, yo, I'm paying, let's go and eat. How? As in, no, child. Like you had to say 2 weeks before at minimum. So that's another way I think I've changed, because I can't. Spontaneity is just a no, because everything in your life is literally planned. Like your week is planned. Like I remember I have a cousin in Berlin and she was saying, when do you want? Like when are we going to see each other? And that was in July, and I was literally like, next year. That's how planned everything is here. Like you literally know that between now and 31st December, there is no possibility of me having like a free weekend for me to go to Berlin. That's how like life is really planned. I remember like last year, somewhere in December, I was already being texted. Somebody already texted me, like a client, like, could you please tell me which Saturdays you're going to be free in February 2022 and that 2021, and that was December 2020. Like that's how life is really planned over here, y'all. Like I knew in December 2020 how many Saturdays I'll be free in January and February 2021, that kind of thing. So yeah, y'all, that kind of thing. Like time and dates for plans, like before, I think I was never this specific with plans, like how we are here, like we're really specific with plans. Like, okay, what are we doing? When are we doing it? On what date? Every date, every plan I make, I make people mostly has a date and a time. That I think before it was just like, oh yeah, a specific date, like okay, this is how living in Germany is like. On the 28th of March at 14 hours, we could grab coffee. Like, do you have time on the 28th of March at 14 hours? And then somebody checks their calendar or whatever, and they're like, oh yes, I have time on the 28th at 14 hours. Okay. And then 1 week before the 28th or some days before, are we still having coffee on the 28th of, if that's March, at 14 hours? And then the person's like, oh yeah, we are still having coffee on 28th of March at 14 hours. And then an hour, okay, no. And then like, you're there 10 minutes before at 13:15, and you're just there like enjoying coffee. And you plan that 1 month before. Like, yeah, something like that. I think those are the ways I've changed. Like, and those are the ways I just had to change. Yeah, for me to fit in the new environment that I'm in without struggling too much. Because if you withhold from change, you really suffer in this place. Yo, so you guys, I hope y'all have a lovely week. Don't forget to subscribe. And I don't know, I'm not supposed to remind you guys to subscribe at the first, like in the first 5 minutes, but then I forget. So if you've watched up to this far, like thank you, congratulations, and we'll see each other in the next video. Bye. And sorry for being so. It's winter, okay? Or winter is coming.